Troubleshooting, switching power supply. The power output power light does not light. The treatment is as follows. First, set the multimeter to AC 700 volts. Measure the output voltage of the power supply. If the measured voltage is low or zero, the power supply is faulty. The power supply is not working. Checking the input power supply. Otherwise, the output end is faulty, causing the power supply to be in the protected state. Second, the power is in the protection state. Cut off the input power. Remove the power output cable. Keep power off for 1 minute, then power on. Observe whether the power indicator lights up normally. Set the multimeter to DC voltage. Check whether the output voltage is normal. If the power supply back to normal, the power supply in the protection state. Check the output line or load side for short circuit. Power off for 1 minute after removing short circuit. Restart the power supply to restore normal. Otherwise, the load power may be too high. Check the load power or replace the high power switching power supply. The output voltage is normal and the load does not work. Measure the load terminal voltage with a multimeter. There is no voltage at the load end, and the output wire may be broken or poorly contacted. Check cables or replace wires. Second, multimeter to measure the load terminal voltage. If the load voltage is low, the load does not work. This indicates that the output wire diameter is small. Wire voltage drop, resulting in a smaller load voltage. Load not working because the wire diameter calculation error or wire aging, leading to increased internal resistance. Replace the wire with a larger diameter or shorten the output line length. Reduce wire voltage drop and increase load voltage. These are all excessive internal resistance of the wire, resulting in a partial pressure of the wire from the pressure drop of the wire. Third, the camera performance is produced. The fault works normally during the day and does not work at night because there's infrared in the camera. The camera doesn't work during the day. Working at night, the load power increases and the load current increases. The wire diameter is small, causing the wire pressure drop to become large. Camera load voltage is too low. The wire can be thickened to narrow the distance between the power supply and the camera. Fourth, the load power exceeds the power supply. The power supply does not work in the overload state for a long time. Replace the power supply with a higher power supply. Power supply housing is charged. Excessively long set screws are used during installation. Leakage caused by contact with the circuit board. When installing, use the appropriate length of screws to fix. It can be solved. Due to ME requirements, power input via some denoising capacitance and FG shell connection, the phenomenon that causes the shell to be charged. The problem can be solved by proper grounding. According to relevant regulations, the equipment leakage current should be less than 3.5 mA. To ensure good grounding, please use wire diameter greater than AUG 18 1.024 square. Make sure the grounding wire is plugged into the soil so that the earth can absorb the induced current on the power supply housing. Grounding wire to cement or marble floor is not effective. It is not grounded. Use insulated items to separate the power supply from other items. Use insulated items to separate the power supply from other items.